It was a pure cash offer to Deontay Wilder, which represented probably 5 to 6 times his highest purse ever. And we haven't had a reply on that. And they were supposed to make us an offer last week, but that hasn't happened. But I think it's probably a waste of time because I'm going to be in New York next week and I'm going to try and meet up with them and meet face to face because they can't really make an offer because they don't have the money in the fight. You know, I said on Coogan's thing, I can do Anthony Joshua against you. I know what it can generate. Yeah. Now you bring in US players, we don't know. So what can Wilder add to the fight? Yes, he can add some increased pay-per-view price. We're doing 7 figures on UK pay-per-view every time we fight. So, you know, yes, he can make that bigger collectively. 6, 27, 30. Or you can have a no-risk fight and make another 20. Yes, Joshua wants greatness, but it's also a business. And you can't, I wouldn't expect you to take a job that was much harder and much more risk for similar kind of money. You know? Why, by offering him 6 times his highest purse? If we didn't want to duck him, I wouldn't even make him an offer. But we'll talk about the fight. If he wants to talk about a split, I'll put it to AJ. But he ain't worth 60-40, nowhere near. I'm sorry, that's the reality. And maybe Josh will overpay in time, maybe. But I don't think he should. I think he should. This is the biggest fight of his career, maybe the biggest fight of his entire career forever. I'm sorry, I'm not just going to go, oh, go on, man. Like, business doesn't work like that.
Hello, boxing world. Welcome to Boxing Blog Center. At the end of Montreal Boxing, the promoter of Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight unified champion of the world, has stated that Deontay Wilder is not worth 40%. That Wilder is not a pay-per-view star in America. That Wilder is not the A-side. He clearly brings nothing to the table apart from a belt. The WBC belt is the only thing he brings to the table. And also maybe a US pay-per-view, you know. We don't know because we don't know how much buys it's going to make. We don't know if it's going to be 500,000 buys or even 10,000 buys. We don't know. Deontay Wilder hasn't fought on pay-per-view before, so you can't really tell. You know, it's a risk. As a businessman, it's a risk for me, Mr. Hearn, because he's been in the game for a long time, so he's thinking as a businessman, not just as a promoter. And AJ wants to fight Deontay Wilder for sure. AJ wants that, but Eddie Hearn wants to make, you know, the right decision for AJ. And as a promoter, this is what you have to do for your client. You understand? So, I want to give my own thoughts as well. I think Mr. Hearn is right regarding the post split. I've talked about before. You know, I said that Wilder is worth 30% of the post split. Because Anthony Joshua has 4 belts. You can say 3, but I say 4 because the IBO strap is a belt you have to pay sanctioning fees for. You might not say it's legitimate belt, you don't need it for disputed, but it's still a belt for me. And if I were to be a heavyweight champion of the world and have the IBO strap around my waist, I will be happy for sure. That's for sure. No doubt. So, and I think that Wilder should take 30%. People who say, oh, Eddie Hearn gave Joseph Parker the 3%. Why will he give Wilder the bigger name? Bigger name, but with no financial backing. That's a difference. And also, Eddie Hearn had to overpay Joseph Parker to get the WBO strap. The belt was what they wanted. Eddie Hearn has had to overpay a lot of fighters, the likes of Charles Martin, the likes of Carlos Takam, the likes of Vladimir Klitschko, even though Vladimir Klitschko is a legend in the sport and is worth all the money that he gets, you know. The likes of Eric Molina, and of course Joseph Parker as well. He's had to overpay all these people to make it happen, to make Joshua become the top dog of the division, which he is now. So Joshua is in a position right now to have the biggest fight in his career. You know? Because Tyson Fury is no longer in the mix. You know, the guy, we don't know who he will be fighting next. I heard it will be against a taxi driver. I don't know yet. We'll have to see who will be fighting. But I think it will be against a bum. So we're going to have to see. Joshua versus Wilder is the biggest fight right now in world boxing. No doubt. So Eddie Hearn has the upper hand in this case. He's the A side. ASBC. Remember that, Wilder fanboys. So the A side cannot below themselves to the B side. The A side must hold their ground. And that's what Eddie Hearn is doing for Joshua. He's holding the ground for Joshua. He's saying, listen, you have had to suffer to get all these belts. You have had to overpay fighters to get all these belts. So why now waste it all away? Why throw it all away now, right now? Why? You want the fight? Yeah, I know you want the fight. You want to fight it. I know you want to break into Wilder's ribs. You want to break his head off. But as a promoter, I will have to do the best for you. I have to make the best business, idea for you. And I think what Eddie Hearn is doing right now is good. A lot of Wilder fanboys are already crying. I've watched a couple of videos from them, and they are crying so bad. Eddie Hearn. They call Eddie Hearn all sort of names. They're just crazy. I don't know. And most of these guys, they don't go to Deontay Wilder's fights. They don't go there. I think they only go to Wilder fight when he gets to fight AJ, maybe in the US. If it's in the US, they will go because they want to see AJ get knocked out, right? They want to see AJ get knocked out, but they will not see that. They will have to wait forever for that. AJ can be dropped, but it takes more than a man to put that guy down. Drop him, but to put him down, you have to have the strength of a dragon. I know I'm giving too much praise now to AJ. Well, this is what Eddie Hearn said, that Wilder isn't worth 40%. You guys should comment below, like the video, share, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Boxing Blog Center. Cheers, everyone.